Imagine this for a moment. The open road stretching ahead, the hum of a V8 engine beneath you, and the thrill of freedom at your fingertips. The 1960s were a game changer, especially for cars. A new breed of performance machines hit the streets, and they weren't just about speed. They were about power, rebellion, and pure American pride. Welcome to the golden era of muscle cars, when horsepower, aggressive design, and American engineering collided to create machines that would forever change the world of automobiles. But here's the real question. Out of all these legendary machines, which one would you choose as the ultimate symbol of power and pride? Let's find out. Buckle up, because in today's video, we're diving into the top 10 muscle cars of the 1960s, the most iconic American machines that redefined what a car could be. Power, freedom, and style all packed into one legendary package. Ready to see what makes them unforgettable? Number 1. 1964. Pontiac GTO. Let's kick things off with a true trailblazer. The 1964 Pontiac GTO, often credited with starting the muscle car revolution. This car wasn't just another sports car. It was the first muscle car in the modern sense of the word. Powered by a 389 cubic inch V8 engine, the GTO cranked out 325 horsepower. Plenty of muscle to light up the streets. But what made the GTO truly legendary was its no-compromise design. Muscular, aggressive, and unmistakably American. The aggressive front end, the bold GTO badge, and those fierce dual exhausts made it clear this wasn't just a car, it was a statement. For many, the Pontiac GTO wasn't just about the power under the hood. It was about freedom. The freedom to drive something that wasn't afraid to be loud, to be different, to break the rules. The GTO was the first to prove that cars could be more than just transportation. They could be an expression of rebellion and raw power. Number 2. 1965. Shelby GT 350. When you think of racing legends, the 1965 Shelby GT 350 is hard to ignore. Carroll Shelby, one of the most iconic names in motorsports, took the Mustang and turned it into a beast. The 289 cubic inch V8 engine roared to life with 306 horsepower, making this a car that wasn't just fast, it was built for the track. But it wasn't just about straight-line speed. The GT 350 had race-tuned suspension, precision handling, and a lightweight frame that made it one of the most agile muscle cars of the era. This was a car made for driving purists, those who wanted not only power, but precision. Number 3. 1967 Chevrolet Camaro Z/28. The 1967 Chevrolet Camaro Z/28 wasn't just a car. It was a challenge to every other muscle car on the market. Chevrolet's response to Ford's Mustang was bold, aggressive, and performance-focused. The Z/28 came equipped with a 302 cubic inch V8 engine that made 290 horsepower. But it wasn't just about power, it was about balance. What made the Z/28 unique was its ability to handle like a sports car while still delivering that muscle car power. It had an aggressive stance, wide tires, and that famous split-front grille. If the Mustang was about American spirit, the Camaro was about dominating the road, turning every corner into an opportunity to show off its raw performance. Now, what if I told you that there was a car that not only captured the spirit of the road, but also defined a generation of rebels? The 1965 Ford Mustang GT is up next. Number 4. 1965. Ford Mustang GT. The 1965 Ford Mustang GT. This is where the muscle car revolution went mainstream. Ford's decision to create a car that combined power with style made the Mustang a sensation. With its 271 horsepower V8 engine, it wasn't just a car, it was an American icon. For many, the Mustang wasn't just about speed, it was about making a statement. It became a symbol of freedom, individuality, and youthful rebellion. The sound of that engine, the way it felt on the road, it captured everything that was great about being American in the 1960s. Number 5. 1968. Dodge Charger RT. The 1968 Dodge Charger RT was the muscle car for the bold. With its 426 Hemi Phi 8 engine producing 425 horsepower, this car wasn't just about muscle, it was about dominance. The Charger RT had the looks and the power to make anyone think twice before challenging it. Its aggressive stance, its menacing grille, and the rear window sloping down made it look like it was ready to pounce. This wasn't just a car, it was a beast that demanded respect. Number 6. 1969. Buick GS 400. Now, not all muscle cars are about raw aggression. Some combine luxury with performance, and that's exactly what the 1969 Buick GS 400 did. This car had it all. A 400 cubic inch V8 engine producing 340 horsepower and a level of refinement that was unmatched in its class. The GS400 was a perfect balance of sophistication and muscle. It wasn't just about speed, it was about comfort. This was the muscle car for those who wanted to enjoy the open road without sacrificing luxury. Buick had mastered the art of blending power with comfort. And the GS400 delivered a ride like no other. Number 7. 1969. Chevrolet Corvette Stingray. The 1969 Chevrolet Corvette Stingray. When you think of American muscle, the Corvette is always at the top of the list. With its aggressive styling and unmatched performance, the '69 Stingray was the perfect combination of a sports car and muscle machine, powered by a 350 cubic inch V8 engine that cranked out 350 horsepower. This car had everything a driver could want: speed, looks, and pure power. The Corvette wasn't just fast, it was a work of art. The wide, sweeping curves, the iconic pop-up headlights, and that menacing stance made the Corvette one of the most sought-after cars in the world. It was a symbol of luxury, freedom, and the American dream, an expression of what it meant to be unstoppable. Number 8. 1969. Dodge Charger Daytona. If you thought muscle cars couldn't get more aggressive, you haven't seen the 1969 Dodge Charger Daytona. This was a car that was built for one thing: speed. And it didn't just get by with power, it completely changed the game. Under the hood, the Daytona featured a 426 HEMI V8 that pumped out 425 horsepower. But it wasn't just the engine that made this car legendary. Its aerodynamics were ahead of its time. The Daytona featured a massive rear wing that wasn't just for looks. It was designed to improve stability at high speeds, and it made the Daytona one of the fastest muscle cars of the era. When it roared onto the track, it wasn't just a car, it was a force of nature. Number 9. 1970. Mercury Cougar Eliminator. The 1970 Mercury Cougar Eliminator was one of the most underrated muscle cars of the era. Mercury took the Cougar and turned it into a true muscle car, complete with a 351 cubic inch V8 engine that churned out 290 horsepower. But it wasn't just about the engine, it was about the attitude. The Eliminator came with aggressive styling, bold stripes, and an aura of power that made it stand out. It was built for those who wanted something different from the mainstream. Something with a little more edge. This wasn't just a car. It was a symbol of a new kind of American muscle that was sleek, powerful, and ahead of its time. Number 10. 1969. Ford Mustang Boss 4 2.9. And finally, the 1969 Ford Mustang Boss 4 2.9. This car was the epitome of muscle, raw, unfiltered power. With a 429 cubic inch V8 engine, capable of producing over 375 horsepower, this Mustang was not just a car, it was a monster. The Boss 429 was built for one thing: speed. Ford didn't just give it a powerful engine. They gave it a wide stance, reinforced suspension, and precise handling to match its brute strength. It wasn't just built to dominate the streets, it was built to dominate every race it entered. But the Boss 429 wasn't just about racing. It was about capturing the spirit of American muscle in a way no other car could. A car that would go down in history as one of the greatest muscle cars ever made. And so, we end our list of the top 10 best muscle cars of the 1960s. But the story doesn't end here. What an incredible journey through the muscle car legends of the 1960s. From the roaring 1964 Pontiac GTO that started it all, to the raw power of the 1969 Ford Mustang Boss 429 that became a symbol of pure muscle. We've covered some of the greatest machines to ever grace the streets. These cars aren't just about horsepower. They're about the spirit of rebellion, freedom, and American pride. They represent a time when performance, design, and style meant everything. Now, we want to know, which one of these muscle cars got your heart racing? Maybe it was the Pontiac GTO's aggressive stance, or the sleek lines of the Corvette Stingray that made you dream of the open road. Whatever your favorite is, drop a comment below and let us know which muscle car you think should have taken the top spot in our list. And don't forget, we have a ton more to cover. If you enjoyed today's deep dive into the world of muscle cars, hit that like button. It really helps us out and lets us know we're on the right track. You wouldn't want to miss out on any future content, would you? So, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon, so you're the first to know whenever we drop a new video. Trust me, you'll want to be a part of this ride. If you know someone who shares your love for these classic American machines, don't keep it to yourself. Share this video with them. Let's spread the word about the legends of the 60s muscle car era. Because here, we don't just talk about cars, we live and breathe them. Oh, and one more thing. If you've got a friend who's obsessed with muscle cars, or you know someone who needs to see these legendary machines in action, share this video with them. Let's keep the muscle car community growing strong. Alright, now that we're all set, let's keep cruising the throughs on race through the legends of muscle cars. Hit that like, subscribe, and share, and let's get back to the action.